All right, it looks like we should be good. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the H2O Plants YouTube channel. And I'm in a little bit of a different setting right now. I'm actually in my dining room, and I just want to make sure the audio is good, so forgive me. Actually, let me bring it up on my phone. I have a little bit of a different setup today. I've been live streaming on Twitch. If you saw the videos earlier, let's see what we have here. Okay, yeah. Sounds good. All right, audio is good. We got people in the chat, it looks like. So, how's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying quarantine uh, and are stuck at home well. Um, hope the quality is good because it looks a little blurry on my end. Oh, no, it looks good. Okay. I apologize. I have a whiny baby right now. What's the matter? You, okay, you don't want it? You want to come say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? No? Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Be nice. So, yeah, stuck inside with this little creature. Stop coughing on everything. Go over there. No, you stop it. She's being fresh right now. How's it going, Jacob? How's it going, Jim? So, yeah, so we're back with another live stream here on Wednesday. Um, if you're just joining us, I was streaming earlier today on Twitch, actually doing gaming content. If you're into video games, I'm gonna probably be streaming there over the next couple of weeks as my job currently is closed because of the virus situation. So forced to be home, and unfortunately there isn't many places that are open and or hiring in my area. So looks like we're gonna just have to ride this out on the on Twitch, on YouTube, and stay busy that way. But yeah, if you're interested in checking out the gaming streams, you could head on over to twitch.tv/default.plays. That's my username over there. It's also in the top link of this stream. And give us a follow over there. I'll probably be streaming throughout the day during the week, maybe sometimes on the weekend. But if you're at home, nothing else to do. What? You go in the kitchen. It's in the kitchen. Yeah, so we'll be doing that. Hopefully, be able to keep you entertained if you're stuck home like I am, and doing that kind of thing. Also, of course, we're answering plant questions over there, but it's primarily just to hang out, play some video games, hang out, do some things. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'm actually enjoying dinner right now. I just made some food, so uh, don't mind if I do. But yeah. So how's everybody enjoying quarantine? I should also add, we have new plants coming in from Tropica. In the actually they came in today. They're not up on the website yet. They will be up on the website uh, probably tomorrow. And we also just restocked our whole inventory last night. Um, there's been a lot of sales going on the website right now, so you guys have been buying up stuff like crazy. I guess a lot of people are stuck inside looking for things to do. So, what's going on? Wraith? Is that how you pronounce that? But being in the aquarium hobby is probably a good hobby to have during this situation because you can never spend too much time in your tanks. Do some maintenance, clean out stuff, and yeah. I know I've been probably tomorrow. Well, we'll see. It might not wait until this weekend, but you're right. Yeah. I'm planning on doing. I want to redo the 75 in the basement, so I'm gonna probably clean it out this weekend and order plans for it for next weekend. So we'll see how that turns out. Saddle says you're right. I'm right. What that your aquariums have way too much to do. Excited to get my plants ordered Sunday. Was a bit too late. Missed the mangroves. Wraith, if you want some, I will be ordering some for next week if they still have them. They're great plants, so I thoroughly enjoy them. How's it going, Matt? I've changed my water thousand at a times in Aquascape. Yeah. How's it? Jacob says, "Hello. I was wondering how to stop my snail. Got by accident from spreading slash multiplying. It really just comes down to the amount of food that you're feeding the tank, and or if there's other things for the snails to eat, such as algae or dying plants. If you cut back on your feeding schedule, you'll notice a severe drop off of snail reproduction. Basically, they can only reproduce as much as they have food. So if you limit the food that you're feeding the tank, you're good. What's going on, Toby? Toby, if you're the person that emailed me about sponsoring your channel, I apologize. I haven't gotten back to you just yet. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what in the world just happened. My whole OBS just crashed for some reason. Don't know why, but looks like we're back. Okay, so apology for that. I don't know why it crashed. It was a bit weird. Teal lantern shirt. Actually, it's actually a green shirt. I don't know why it's showing teal. I guess it kind of looks teal a little bit. Um, wear masks, guys. Yeah, it's they're not fully recommending it yet, but when I'm going out to get groceries for the house, and when I'm wearing a respirator, a paint respirator that I have, because obviously I don't have masks and you can't really find them, and I think it's better safe than sorry. Do you think a no filter tank is a good idea? Well, that's going to depend on your intentions. So, if you're designing the tank with that in mind, and you take the proper precautions and get like really easy, hardy fish that can tolerate slight ammonia spikes that will potentially happen, or you have a lot of plants in there, you kind of know what you're doing, and you're okay with with accepting the fact that you're probably going to get algae and stuff growing in there, and you're going to have to combat that, then yeah. But be prepared. No filter tanks are hard to do. I wouldn't say they're like the most difficult thing to do. I have one in the back room and it's fine. It started growing algae, treated the algae. It's pretty much dead right now. We'll see what happens. But I'm not using any fish in that tank because I don't want to risk the fish's life. So if you're trying to just maybe do an aquascape with no filter, go right for it. But keep in mind the livestock. The livestock is the most important thing. Do you think you would ever get a pond? I actually really want one. The problem is in our backyard right now, we need a new fence put in. And unfortunately, with this whole virus thing, is money is kind of strapped right now. So I gotta conserve. And we were planning to do it with our tax return this year to do the fence and put that in, but that's gonna be on hold for a while now. So but once I get the fence put in, I'm probably gonna film a lot of what I'm gonna do in the backyard, the whole remodel of it, because what I have planned is gonna be like a plant lover's paradise and or aquarius, because I really want to do a pond. I want to have tons of garden space, tons of I think they're called xenoscapes or whatever. They're like negative space planting, so you have a lot of rocks and gravel, and then in between you have plants and whatnot. It looks really cool. So gonna be a transformation back there, but we'll see what happens. What's your favorite snail to help plant a tank? Malaysian trumpet snails, hands down, best snails you can get for your planted aquarium, and or narite snails. Narite snails are great at cleaning glass. So if you're constantly getting algae on the glass, it's good. Thanks for your advice. You're welcome. Glad you're online. Actually, serious question. Would you guys at H2O ever consider local pickup? We do actually offer local pickup. You place your order online, put in the notes, and email us that, hey, I'm gonna be looking to pick up this order, and we'll bag it up, and you can come by and pick it up. we just don't, I don't allow anybody to come in because it's difficult. Uh, there's a ton of laws and whatnot regarding it. You need proper insurance and whatnot, which I don't have for customers to be coming inside. And also because of our inventory. Oh, hold on. Somebody is upset. Do you want to say hi? Look, look. You want to say hi? What's the matter? What happened? You want more? Okay, so go ask mommy for more. Say, mommy, more, please. What? What was it? Okay, so make her more. There's no more. Okay, don't give me that look. What? All right, the baby is mad. Anyway, so yeah, so local pickups are possible. Just give us a heads up. We don't allow people to shop downstairs because our inventory in the tanks is based on online, and if somebody wants to order plants, it's just a difficult process. So it's best you place your order, let us know that you want to pick it up, and we'll make it happen. What's going on, Chevy? Fish guy, how's it going? Doing well, doing well. I'm stuck inside, no work, and just kind of chilling out with the kids and the wife. Mommy's making more. Here, you want this? You want these? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Okay, give it back. Alright. You just said yeah, but now. Okay. Mommy's making more. Wait. How do you clean up a tank with an infestation of blackbeard algae on swords and nervous baby tears? It's full of baby guppies, if that makes a difference. So what I would do is I would probably cut off anything that is contaminated with blackbeard algae. So if you have a leaf on the sword, cut it off. A leaf on the Anubis, cut it off. Any of the baby tears, cut them, trim them, so that way you get most of the hair algae up and off of that, or the blackbeard algae. Next, I would look into Algae Effects. I did a video on it. Now, I don't know how it does with guppies. You may want to do a little bit more research on that to see how that will affect baby guppies. I don't imagine it being a problem. It's really only a problem for shrimp and/or snails. But do your research when it comes to the guppies before purchasing. And I would treat that. That'll turn the blackbeard algae pink and then gray, and in which case most of the guppies will probably start picking at it and it'll disappear. But you probably have an underlying issue that's causing that blackbeard algae. So definitely look into, do you have too much light, not enough light? Probably too much light. You probably have your light on for too long, or you have too much flow, and that's causing it as well. Nerite snails keep leaving eggs everywhere. They do, but they don't hatch unless you have brackish water, so you should be good. Should have done that. I live about 30 minutes away. Thanks for answering the question. Didn't know you couldn't do it via notes. Yeah, and also just email us too. Put it in the notes and then shoot us an email, just in case the notes ever get missed. Usually the emails get looked at, so. Um, I've got some Bacopa Carolina that's been melting back since I got it, and I don't see it converting. It's not absorbing nutrients while it's converting. How long will it take to convert? Well, plants do absorb nutrients when they're converting. It's just not as much because they're not really growing. Think of it this way: they needed to bring in resources to grow, and if they're not really growing, they're not bringing in that many resources. So, it's like a pull and tug type of thing. Um, how long will it take to convert? Carolina, it does take a little bit of time to convert. It's a rather, uh, you know, I wouldn't say difficult, but it's not an easy plant to convert. Sometimes it will take a while. So you just gotta give it time, have patience, and let it do its thing. Most plants, they just need time. Mommy's making more. Um, may have got some jungle val to grow, or may have got some jungle val to grow for me in my 75. Nice. I think I was getting some of where too thin and didn't have a chance. Oh, okay. I see. Um, but I'm getting random yellow slash transparent on new leaves. Uh, might just be lack of nutrients. I would look into maybe giving it some root tabs if you don't have really good substrate. Hello, everyone. How's everyone else's experience right now? What's up, Golden Moose? Well, just chilling. Has anyone else experienced? Oh, I read that completely wrong. Has anyone else experienced inaccurate API test kits? I've heard of rumors that they are not entirely good sometimes. The test strips, though, it depends. I mean, I've seen. Runners would run, root well, shoot up, and bend right over, then collect diatoms. Not, not. Oh, okay. So then collect diatoms and whatnot, and get covered from there with algae. Fish guy, it actually sounds like you have too much light, because what happens with plants is when they grow and they spread out or whatever, when their leaves hang low, it's like them lowering their solar panels because um they're getting too much light, right? And so if they keep extending upwards and trying to reach for that light, they just get cooked. And the reason why diatoms and green algae will form on plant leaves is because it's too much light. There's just so much excess light that the plants can't utilize it all, and therefore the algae takes advantage. So, it was in a greenhouse type of sunroom. Yeah, then it's most likely getting way too much sun, and I would look into possibly shading it somehow, whether you could put up curtains or move the tank or something like that. But definitely getting too much light from what it sounds like. Apart from physical removal, are there any other ways to get rid of snails in a heavily planted tank? A trick that I've used in the past is you take a cucumber and you cut a slice in the cucumber, you throw it in the tank. If it doesn't sink, poke it with a fork and drop it in the tank. Leave it in there overnight. Once the lights go off, like put it in there. Come back in the morning, take a look at that piece of cucumber. It'll be covered in snails. You can then remove it and toss it out and rinse and repeat until all the snails are gone. It may take a week or two, but usually that'll get the majority of them. A way to annihilate them, you could dose some sort of copper product that contains copper. Although if you have shrimp or sensitive fish, I would look into if they're gonna have problems with copper before you do that, and that could possibly help. You could get a fish that eats snails. You have pea puffers that'll eat snails. You have loaches that'll eat snails. So you have those different types of abilities. The way that I was just talking about earlier, somebody asked the question is mitigation, and what you do by that is just stop feeding as much. When you have too many snails, or you have a lot of snails, I should say, when you have a lot of snails, odds are you're feeding way too much. So maybe you're feeding twice a day or 3 times a day sometimes, which is probably way too much. You can feel like literally, I feed my tanks once or twice a week. I don't feed them that much, and I still have snails. Um, Not as much. When I feed every day, the snail population is out of control. So just you don't have to feed that much. Fish, fish are opportunistic. They're not like us that require like 3 good meals a day. Think about it in the wild, when a fish is in the pond, they're not constantly eating, they're eating once it's available, so they could go days without eating. That isn't ideal. Obviously, you want to feed them, on a periodic schedule, to keep them healthy and growing and all that, but you can restrict it down to every other day or every 2 days, and you wouldn't be a problem. And it wouldn't be a problem. Thanks for the tips. I just want to know because I set up the tank in my dining room and my parents don't understand why their plants are dying, and I needed to tell them how long it would take. Yeah, it takes a while. Plants converting is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. I added peat puffers into a heavily planted tank with assassin snails, or yeah, with snails. You could also try assassin snails. Yeah, I completely forgot those. Assassin snails are great. You get one, and that'll wipe out the entire, pretty much, population. If you get multiples, though, they'll reproduce. So you only want to get one, unless you don't mind them reproducing. But they will pretty much kill every snail. And then once the snails die, and they don't really have a food source to go off of, usually they'll kind of die back as well. So. Dog dewormer usually kills snails, but leaves shrimp alone. That could be another possibility as well. Your jungle val online. It's not a single plant. How many plants would potted come with? So the potted, trying to think. So typically the regular jungle val is a single plant. Italian vals, do they have multiple plants? Usually they'll have runners for sure, or just starting to produce runners. I'm gonna go with just one plant, but I think I gotta say it's probably more than one. I just haven't actually looked at it in a very long time, so I apologize. I don't know off the top of my head. They are pretty good. Like there's at least 5 to 6 leaves in there, so maybe two plants. But I'd have to look. Hello everybody. What's up, Mannyscapes? Do you think you would ever do a two species tank like a turtle and fish tank, or like an insect and a fish tank? It sounds like a cool idea, but I personally probably wouldn't. I actually don't even really like doing the fishes. Actually, I prefer my tanks without fish. I just want them for the plants. So I'd probably wouldn't do that. Andre says I have a 10-gallon tank with live plants in it without CO2. I put plant food in the tank. What else should I do? That's pretty much it. You just kind of have to let it go and do its thing. You know, when it comes to setting up a new tank, or your first experiences with live plants, I always recommend get a really good light. Really good light goes a long way when it comes to planted tanks. Um, it's it'll be ideal for the tank essentially to have a really good light. Most of the time, depending on the plant and tank setup, I found takes about a week or so for each effect after the action taken. Yep, pretty much. Plants. You gotta think about it this way. Plants outside, for the most part, don't go through drastic changes. Um, we have 4 seasons for a reason. Summer into fall into winter. Fall is the transition period into winter. So plants have 3 months or so roughly to adjust to what's coming next, whether they die back, trees lose their leaves, all these things. So when you make changes in your tank overnight, you can't expect them to react right away. They just can't. It's not in their biological essence, in their DNA and all that. They just can't make those changes immediately. Um, so when you make changes, things will happen slowly. You know, so think of the seasons when you make changes to your aquarium, and it takes a little bit for your plants to catch up to what's going on. And oftentimes, the reason why plants develop algae and whatnot is because they're taking forever to get to the point where they need to be. Because, like, say you get a really powerful light, right? And you upgraded from this, like, really crappy light that didn't do a whole lot, right? And it was really low light. Maybe it was the regular hood that comes with the tank and the dinky little bulb that it has in there. And so you go from that to something that's like a $300 LED, and you put it on full blast. Well, guess what? Those plants were used to growing under that dinky light, or maybe not growing at all, and now they have essentially the sun 6 inches away from them. So, they have to adjust. They have to, figure out what's going on. Their plant leaves have to reproduce. Normally, like when a plant leaf grows, it's for that condition of that thing. That's why so many times plants melt back, is because they're meant to grow in the condition where they were growing. And then those existing leaves are not fit for the current conditions of where they may be, and that's why they melt back. So, just a little side rant on plants. Adapting. Uh, Totally agree. Plants with no fish is my preference. Yeah, that's the way I like it. What's up, Christopher? How's it going? If I'm using two Phoenix Stingrays on a 40 breeder, is that considered a highlight? I'm trying to grow baby tears in sand. Uh, is that what's causing the BBA? Odds are yes. You probably have a lot of light. I would probably consider that a highlight. On a 40 breeder, Stingrays, they're pretty powerful. 40 breeder isn't that tall. So I would say, yeah, you're under highlight. Two things I would adjust is the intensity. If it has an intensity dial on it, I don't remember with the Phoenix Stingrays if they have it or not, or the height of the light. So maybe you can get risers and raise it up. I'm sure if you Google Phoenix Stingray risers, you'll find somebody that 3D prints them or makes them. Um, and or the amount of time that the light is on. So it's probably on. Hopefully you have it on between 6 and 8 hours. If it isn't, adjust it to 6 to 8 hours. I prefer 6 hours. I think that just works. And yeah, some setups I find floating for a day with a new plant to help. Some setups I find floating. Oh, okay, yeah. Some setups I find floating for a day with a new plant to help, and some setups the plant likes to get started with what it will have long term right away. Yeah, for the most part, if it's a rosette type plant, meaning that all the leaves come from a center mass, meaning like swords, Anubis, Java ferns, um, what else? Crypts. Those you can plant right away. They'll be fine. Stem plants, mosses, you can all leave floating and they'll actually do rather well floating for a couple days. Can I overdose on fertilizer? What will happen? Yes, you'll get an algae bloom. You can dose too much, could possibly kill your fish, depending on the type of fish you have. Most hardy fish will be alright, but if you have sensitive fish, you could overdose a nitrogen, and you can raise the nitrogen content into your aquarium. Not good for fish. So, uh, but you would literally have to take, like, if you get the bottle of fertilizer that we sell, like the Vital. Walter, no, eat your food. Eat your food. Um, Sorry. So where was I? Oh, yeah. In order to overdose, like you'd have to take the bottle of fertilizer and literally dump it in there. If you dosed an extra 2 mLs, that's not gonna do anything crazy. Um, so just as long as you're not dumping the whole bottle in there, you'll be all right. BBA's Blackbeard algae. Yes, that is correct. I was wondering if I could get in contact with you soon. I would like to set up a large planted ball. Yeah, sure. Shoot me an email or message on Facebook or anything like that. Pin it, FX6 on a 75-gallon decent? I would say so, yeah. FX6s are big filters, so. Usually BBA is too much light and not enough CO2 or poor flow causing uneven CO2. This is usually what causes BBA for me. Yep, those are all pretty much spot on. The leaf melt back logic makes sense. Nice insight. You're welcome, James. I try and make it as simple, when it comes to plants, because not everybody, like I didn't know this stuff. I didn't know any of this stuff when I started keeping aquariums. I learned it over time. But you have to try and make it easily digestible for people that don't know anything when it comes to plants and aquariums, because most of the time people watching at least my content and most YouTube content, they're usually beginners or somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't say I have many experts probably watching my content. A lot of it's for newer aquarists, people probably with less than 5 years experience. If I had to take a guess, could be wrong, but I'd put a I don't think I'd have like somebody in the hobby that's like 20 or 30 years unless they just enjoy watching fish content, watch my videos. I just don't think that I appeal to them, but I could be wrong. What plants used ordinarily submerged are the best plants for a paludarium, maybe as a bog plant? I really like Anubis and Echinodoros. Do they uh, do really well potted up and kept as bog plants? Any experience yourself? So if the paludarium has high humidity and or completely enclosed, you'll be just fine with almost any plant. The plants that I would probably stay away from are like anacris, hornwort, mamba, and water sprite, just because those are more of like a floating type plant, and so they wouldn't do well rooted. But swords, anubis, crypts, most stem plants will all do just fine. Most of them are grown, outside in ponds and halfway submerged, halfway not. A lot of nurseries grow them in just high humidity areas. So as long as your humidity is up to like 80% or higher, I'd say you'd probably be fine. Thanks for answers from everyone. You're welcome. You're welcome, a fish guy. Any tips on converting immersed grown plants to submerged without killing them? How about preventing tissue culture melt in a new tank? So, when it comes to converting immersed grown plants to submerged, it's plant them and leave them. A lot of people oftentimes see their plant dying and they get anxious and they want to get in there and fidget with it and move it around, and that just doesn't work out. The more you move a plant in the early stages, the worse it's going to do. So, it's best plant it, leave it be. Your follow up, I'm growing Rotala, MC, AR, Ludwigia Red. Okay, so when it comes to stem plants too, is space them out. Don't put all of them, like when they come in a bunch or they come potted, usually their stems are clumped up together. You don't want to plant them all like that together. You want to space them out roughly about an inch or so apart. You should probably space them out, if I had to just make a general recommendation, is the length that two of their leaves to touch is how far you want to plant them. So if their leaves can touch each other, that's as close as you want together. If they're overlapping, you don't want them to be that close together. Um, and that will ensure, because sometimes stem plants develop rot from the bottom, and when you plant them all together in one bunch and you just let them, sit there, what'll happen is if one starts rotting, that rot will actually spread. Oh, hold on. Baby fell off the chair. I don't know what she was doing, but not paying attention. Ah, that was rough. I saw her falling mid fall. I don't know what the hell she was doing. Okay, come here. Come here. Come here. You got boo boo? Come here. I'll kiss it. Come here. Let me kiss it. Come here. I kiss it. Come here. Here. Walter, go. I kissed it. You want to sit up here? I kissed it. Where? Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me kiss it. I'll kiss it. Okay. You want mommy to kiss it? No? You got boo boo. Come here. Okay. Come here. Come here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. You got boo. Sorry, I'm muting the mic so you don't hear her crying. Okay. You're okay. All right. You're just doing it for show. Now I know you're just doing it for show. No. No, okay. You want to say hi, everybody? Say hi. Oh. Where was I? Okay, alright, okay. Okay. Hey, no, 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 no. No. Where? Where's the boo boo? No, where's your boo boo? You want your bee boo? Go get your bee boo. Go get it. It's over there. Go get it. Okay, alright, okay. What, you want a drink? Go get your water. You want some of this? Okay. You want your bee boo? Okay. You want Blanky? Blanky's right here. You good? You want to come up? You want to come up? Or are you just going to stay here? uh, any tips or videos on cryptocorn effects? It was, oh, Phineas. It was a throw-in from a recent purchase. Just plant them like any crypt. They should be fine. Most crypts are generally the same, so. Gravity is not always your friend, or our friend. A rough lesson for the youth, yeah. Just a quick wave to y'all. What's up? Why not? Let's see. I have good flow, clean the aquarium once a week, and have low to medium light, and my Nubis are still covered in algae. Well, it could be too close to the light. What kind of algae is it, is it forming? Let, okay, up. You wanna hang out? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this. I can imagine a lot of us are at home trying to deal with this. Same thing with work and whatnot. If you can tell me why my jungle val is not growing, it is stunted, I believe. Not sure what's going on. Christopher, I mean, that's kind of hard to determine just from that. I would need to know a little bit more. Yeah, ET. Um, what is, what is going on? Is the plants not growing tall? How long have you had them? What, are the leaves doing anything? What's up, Coolie Kev? How's it going? Ugh, give me that peony. It's a fake peony, actually, but we do have peonies that are starting to sprout now that it's warming up. I'm trying to collect as many crypts as I can. What are some of the more uncommon types besides pink flamingo? Well, you have crypt Aphenius, which was just named earlier. The Aphenius is quite rare. You also have like red metallic crypts. There's a lot of them. Tiger, Nuri. There's quite a bit of them. Root tabs, Jungle Val. Yeah, root tabs are good. Wrestled. I wrestled you for it. Oh, I'll arm wrestle you for it. Missed that. What's up, Nisi? How's it going? Jungle Val melts when you move it. Best guess is light strong enough. Brown algae on the Anubis. Brown algae. Is it like a dust type algae? If it's a dust type algae that you could wipe off, like if you touch it with your finger, it's too much light, which means you either have the light on for too long and or the Anubis is too close. You should check out my living room aquaponics I'm doing. Definitely shoot me a video. Is there an easy way to propagate cryptocorn species? Not really. It's best to kind of leave them and let them do their thing. Most will produce runners out from the plant over time. It does take a while to get to that point. Or what you could do is you can eventually uproot the crypt entirely and then break it apart. There's normally babies all around the center plant. And you could take those babies off and replant them somewhere. Just keep in mind though, once you uproot that mother plant, there's a good chance that a lot of the leaves are going to die back because you have uprooted it and you've disturbed it essentially. So Having a heck of a time getting Rickia Flutens attached to rock and mesh. I've tried netting, string, glue, all of it ended up with a huge mess and a lot of frustration. Yeah, Rickia is a pain in the butt. Um, I don't even know. I've tried all those things myself and never had success. Zip ties. I personally, when I do like a muss like that, I'll do the mesh. I'll use fishing line and I'll wrap it around and tie it really good. Like really just kind of like only leave small spaces for it to grow out from to completely lock it in. Where you going? Where you going? Where you want to go? You want to get down? You want to get down? Wow. You want to come back up? Yeah. You see yourself? Uh. Anyway. Um. Chat jumped to quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Had them for about 2 months. You're probably just fine, Christopher. Maybe some root tabs or good substrate if you don't have it will help, but generally jungle valve will take a while to actually start growing tall. Mine downstairs, what I did is when I planted them in my 40-gallon breeder, they're only about 8 inches tall right now, but they're sending out a ton of runners. So you just got to give them time to establish, and that's mainly because I'm using sand. I have no good nutrients at all. And yeah, you want some more? No, okay, you're gross. Uh, what's the deal with these new pink crypts? Flamingo, I think is the one called. Yeah, they're not really new, but they've been out for a while. They're pretty nice. They're pink. They're a little bit more difficult than most other crypts are, so just keep that in mind. Yeah. I don't know. You want more? You want mommy to make you a cup with some iced tea? Mommy ain't making nothing now. She's sitting down. She says, "Go get your cup." Come on, I'll go get your cup and I'll put some in. This is Daddy's cup. You want more? Pretty sure she's backwashing into my drink. Anyway, thanks for the information. You're welcome. Where is it? No, no, easy. I just made an order 2 days ago. Can't wait for it to come. Well, thank you for the order. I really appreciate it. Definitely helps right now in the time that we're living in. Props to working with children. Kudos for finding a balance. Yeah, it is definitely tough. It's like a tough brown algae. Might have to rescape. If you shoot me a picture of it, I might be able to help identify the type of algae that you have, and we could better uh, figure that out. Thank you. You're welcome, Dave S. Last question: would you ever consider, or would you consider crenums as a hard plant to grow? Actually, I'd consider them rather easy. You just plant them and leave them be. The ones that I have in the 40-gallon breeder tank downstairs, they're super easy. What? You want more? Be right back. Ordering issues. I bought one case and got 12. Jesus. Thank you. I will try the root tabs. You're welcome. Yep. Like to have to go cook. We'll shoot a video off the channel. Bless you and stay safe. You too. Why not? One last question regarding Anubis. If I remove them, if I, oh, just jump there. If I remove them from the tank, how would you go about cleaning off the algae? It's quite stubborn. Toothbrush. If it's like a dust algae that's stuck on the leaves, toothbrush. I have a lot of giant baby tears. Giant baby tears. planted in, is that even a thing? In my foreground, and I'm not sure when or if I should trim them down. Some are quite long, some are growing vertical, and some are horizontal. If they're a carpeting plant, I don't know what giant baby tears is. Is it Monte Carlo, you mean? Either way, trim them. If they're a stem plant and they constantly are producing runners or growing horizontally, trim them down, hack them down. You'll only be giving them, or you'll only be benefiting them. In regards to pink crypts, I was told they are green unless kept under very high light. Might this be true? So there is some people that say the crypt pink flamingo is a weak uh, variation on the species. And if it doesn't have enough light to stay pink, it'll convert back to its green or red form. And so that's a possibility. I personally haven't seen it. I just see him die, if anything. But let's see. We used to get in the crypt tissue cultures a lot, but they haven't had them in a while, so I haven't been able to order anymore. What? You want more drink? Um, when I go to trim my jungle val, when should I, like, how will I know how to do it and where to trim it at all? So I recommend you trim it at the base of the plant. So if you have one really long leaf that's on the outside of the plant, so you have like you have leaves that are growing in a circle essentially from the inside. You want to cut the outermost leaf off at the bottom, and that'll be best. And only trim them if they're getting too long or if they're getting raggedy at the end, maybe dying back. Oh, you're so needy. Uh-oh, it dripped. Let's see. You done? Anyway, live stream of me giving my daughter a drink. What y'all are here for. Okay. As a retired teacher, I know you have your hands full with this cute little gal on yours of yours. Enjoy it while you can. Yeah, I do. She's a handful, but I love it. You can see it happen in one of my videos. Okay. You guys get immersed and then transition every plant to submerge. So we start the transition. Some plants will be more transition than others. But essentially, we've narrowed it down to which plants do well at transitioning in general. Like, there's certain plants that we just stop carrying in general because they melt back way too much or it takes too long for them to start growing again. So a couple swords we just don't carry anymore because of that. There's a couple of Nubis we don't carry anymore because of that. There's some stem plants we don't carry because of that. We only went with the hardiest plants that we can and that grow easiest for us. So um, I hope that that translates into a better product for anybody ordering. So, you know that when you order from us, you have faith that the plant that you're getting uh, stands the best chance of doing well. Uh, Jungle Val can grow over 6 feet when they start growing on the surface and covers the top of the tank. You can trim them back. Yeah. Thanks for answering my questions. You're very welcome. That's what I'm here for. Giant baby tears. Let's see. Let me see what the link. Oh, that's okay. That's regular baby tears. I guess I understand why you call it giant because it's much bigger than regular baby tears. Um, yeah, that's a traditional stem plant that we used to actually sell ourselves, but I stopped because it just I didn't like it. It was one of those plants that I was talking about that actually melt back a lot for us. So, uh, does crypt parva tend to establish slower than other crypts? My other crypt species are wonderful established, and parva seems to be lagging a bit. Yes, parva Part is extremely slow growing. Here, I can't see what you're doing. Come here. Crypt Parva is extremely slow grower. It has very small leaves. It is going to take a long time. See, you can't have a drink that is a dark color because she knows that it's not traditionally water. So I get around this by drinking a lot of seltzer and or Sprite because it's clear. And because she sees that it's clear, she just thinks it's water. But when she sees something with a tinge, she has to have it. Are you having fun with the camera? Yeah? Yeah, you see yourself? Red pearl weed can grow in low to medium light, and others say highlight. What's your take on it? Low light. Low on almost no light. That plant is a ridiculous weed. Pearl weed is, weed is in its name. I've had it in a tank that was completely covered with floaters. Barely any light got down to it, and it was one of the only plants that continued to grow. It grew so much that I completely removed it from the aquarium, thought I got everything, and I still found more popping up in like little pieces that I trimmed or whatnot that got stuck in the back of the tank. It is a stubborn plant, and once it's in your tank, good luck getting rid of it. How to eliminate stubborn brown algae from tiny leaves of Monte Carlo. Too small for individuals to scrub off. Uh, would take me hours. Nerite snail, autosynclus catfish, and or shrimp. Employ what nature has for that, and that is those guys. In your potted jungle val, how many rooted plants do you get? I don't know off the top of my head. Regular jungle val is definitely just one. Italian val maybe two or three. I'd have to look at it though. I haven't checked it, but they are healthy. They're good. You'll get a good amount of leaves, and traditionally, from what I see when we pack up the Italian val, it's already producing. Hey, it's already producing babies. So, in the most part, you'll. Hey, can you quiet? Can you be quiet? You need a bath. If this is what keeps you quiet, drink all the water you want. You see yourself? Wow. Say hi. Okay. Let's see. Ay, ay, so annoying with this water. No, no, no. Those are daddies. No, no, no. Here. No. You want the sunglasses? No. Glasses? Okay. Oh snap! Look at how cool you look. You don't want it? Okay. Okay. Pearlweed, being under low light is fine. If you want it to grow really short, a highlight will make that happen, but you could just continuously trim it and it'll stay shorter. Uh, I yes. Okay, I just got a red ribbon sword and the sparkle sword. Read a lot about them and have them in fluorite. Both look unhealthy, yellow, and see-through leaves. How long have you had them, Dave? Hey, local pickup is in Hillside, right? And all I would need to do is put in the order notes at checkout. Yeah, and also let us know through email. Support at H2O Plants. that you're gonna pick up, and we allow pickups on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Tuesdays and Thursdays after 5 typically, and Sundays between 11 and 3. Let's see. I've always wondered if I flooded my Pelia depressa in a spare tank, if it would A, transition okay, 2, look like regular baby tears, 3, is worth the hassle. Crips grow very well in my water. What varieties do you guys carry? We have all the Wenditties, green, red, brown, typically. We have Bichetti, Lucian's really nice. I like Lucian. Lutea, Parva. Sometimes we got Balance, Retrospiralis, and regular Spiralis. Hey. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So the portion on the website, I don't know. Let's see. All right. Okay. Here. Why are you just taking little baby steps? Hold on, Nova. Hold on. No, no, no. Let's see. Oh, single plant. Yeah, so single plant was what it normally came as, just like a single plant. But vowels will come potted. I should actually get rid of the single plant. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, let me just delete this. Delete. Wanna go see mommy? Go see mommy. No, where are you going? Hold on, hold on. Hi. All right. Um, where was I? Oh, you got your own water now. Okay. Oh God. All right. Let me get through these questions now. You want to come up? Okay. You have your water. Drink your water. Why? All right. Let's see. Crips may or may not be in stock at the moment. Yeah, there you go. Off topic, cutting your own hair due to the barbershop closures. Coronavirus isn't fun. Yeah, I'm just letting it go. As you can see, my hair's a mess. It's gonna be a continued mess because I don't imagine this thing ending for at least 2 more months. Another Monte Carlo question. When I trim it, it looks very viney. Is that a bad thing, or will it eventually take off and fill in and separate it from the mat it came on? Just continuously trim it and replant the tops as you trim it off. Any piece of stem with leaves can continuously regrow a new plant. So just keep doing that. Oh, geez, a bunch of questions. Airstone helps, but there are. Okay, that was something else. I had the red ribbon and sparkle sort a few days ago. I had to cut off the dead looking leaves. Yeah, you just got to give them time. Like I was explaining earlier, I don't know if you were here for it. When you get a new plant in, it was meant. It was already used to its old conditions. When you put a plant in a new condition, the leaves were meant for the old condition, so they have to regrow new leaves. And so most of the existing leaves that you get in on any given plant will die eventually. It's just a matter of how long. Anubis take longer than others. Swords will take slightly less time than that. So yeah. I'll definitely be getting Pro now. You're welcome. Pro awesome. I love it. It's a weedy plant. It's just if you don't want to trim all the time, then yeah. From my experience, airstones keep help keep O2 and CO2 closer to atmospheric levels. Yeah. Does she have her own tank? Not yet. She runs around downstairs though. If you look on our Instagram and Facebook stories from yesterday, I had to buy a I have to spell it out, Bubble machine. So that way it kept her entertained. And then I realized it was extremely bad idea to put it downstairs because it made the floor really slippery. So I had to mop that up. It wasn't a good idea. So excited! My birthday is on the 10th, and I set up my 9-gallon flex rim. No better way to spend the day. I'm planting 2 new tanks. Nice! Happy birthday! If my jungle valve is really wide, is it a different type of valve? So typically, regular jungle valve and ruby red jungle valve have thicker leaves. I would say they're probably about a half inch. Italian valve has much slimmer leaves. They're probably like an eighth of an inch, and you'll be able to tell the difference. Thank you. Love the swords. You're welcome. The swords are great. They really are. Drink your water. You want orange? Go get an orange. Wife takes out an orange, and that's it. All right. Let's see. Last couple questions here, and then I got to run. Do you have any tips for planting fine-rooted plants? You could use plant anchors, which we saw on the website. You could use the cap of a like old soda bottle or something, and drill a hole, pull the roots down, and then fill the cap because you gotta like flip it upside down so it's like a bowl almost. Drill a hole in the middle, pull the roots down, and then fill it with substrate, and that'll help keep it down. Are bristlenose plecos plant safe? Same thing with whiptail catfish. Whiptail catfish, I believe, are bristlenose. Yes, definitely yes. Whiptail, I'm pretty sure they are. Uh, have to run, but love H2O plants. Never have been disappointed, and you always answer my questions. You are the plant guru. Be safe and be well. You're welcome, and yourself too. And yeah, I hope everybody stays safe. I am gonna sign off for the night. One quick thing, if you want to check out my gaming Twitch channel, you could check that out. Link is in the description. It's the top link. If you're into video games, play a lot of shooter games, Magic the Gathering, also Arena, and check that out on there. Check out the website. There's tons of plants up there. We'll have more plants in stock tomorrow as well once we get our tropical order unpacked and photographed and all that. Also, we have tropical dry goods coming in, which you'll probably see a video this week on. And yeah. Hope you guys stay safe. Uh, try not to lose your minds because I know it's crazy, and you'll probably be seeing more videos from me too in the upcoming days. So catch you later. Play music while you game. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out how to get music playing in the background when I'm streaming as well. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Have fun. Stay safe. And thanks for hanging out.